I work in the health sector as well. So we see all these things on a daily basis. And parents will be saying, oh, that wasn't the way I was raised. You know, now that we are in this environment, we should learn to communicate with our children, not to talk at them, communicate with them, and at the same time trying to hear their views. That does not make you a weak parent. It actually makes you a strong parent, because you are listening to your children, you are giving them a listening ears, you are communicating with them. So all these things put together will help us to kind of address the issues of young people that are going through negative behavior in the society. And some of these children, I so much believe that all our young people have positive potentials in life, and if we nurture them with the right ingredients, coming from my perspective.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Mr. Clement Esebamen, all our young people have got positive potentials in life if we nurture them. Are we doing that?
It's difficult to say that we are or not, because different people, different families, different backgrounds, there's no one unique identity that is African or black, even for that matter. People come from different family structures and different situations, and Sister Yemin alluded to that just now. People are going through different difficulties, but why we are beginning to talk about this is that this is 2018, and you will realize that large-scale migration of people of African descent into Ireland really started around the turn of the century. So you are going to have children born after 2001 and 2002 coming into their teenage years. And teenagers, anybody will tell you, that are usually challenging. I was a handful myself. But the reality is that we need to understand, and we need to be able to, as adults and as parents, be able to project what is positive. One of the key things that young people, teenagers, people who are rebelling, you know, it's really because they see a dissociation or a disconnection or almost a contradiction between what you say and what you do, whether as a parent, as a society, or as individuals. So this brings up mixed emotions with them. You know, they are growing and they are experiencing new things. They are being influenced by other people. So the tendency to act out as a resistance to this kind of contradiction is always the case in all societies, whether they are black, white, or otherwise. But the difference is that there is a measure of control. And I was talking to one of my young friends just this week, and he was telling me that, oh, these young fellas growing up here, especially those that are born here, they have no care, that they're not afraid of anything. And I find that to be a profound statement made by a young adult who grew up here, but he wasn't born here. And he's saying the ones coming behind him, they actually have worse attitude than their own cohort did have. So there is a challenge, you know, potential, and then how you use that potential, and how parents, ourselves, the community, people that they look up to, the role models, are able to project a positive image. And that is very important. Once that is lacking, it is impossible to get back. You know, we don't want to get into a situation down the road where we are now looking at the prison pipeline. You know, because I understand that that's already, unfortunately, beginning to happen, even in Ireland. You know, there's already a pipeline from some areas, from some people from some parts of the community getting into trouble. And, you know, anecdotally, people are just waiting. Cops, institution systems is waiting for them to be 18 for them to go into the pipeline. And that is going to be a real sad situation. So it is time that we begin to actually articulate what we see, and then put the message out there to young people with potential, that you do not have to act out because other people are acting out. This is the age of YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat. You know, you can be a millionaire by the time you are 18. You can be the next Bill Gates. You have everything in this society, and kids in Nigeria are doing it. Kids in Ghana are doing it. Kids in South Africa are doing it. You know, And if you are acting out in an environment where you actually have access to a lot of things, or some people say everything, then the onus or the blame is on you. And you cannot get away with anything here. People cannot act as if you can get away with anything. You go about fighting, organizing into gangs and all of that kind of stuff. You are just under 18, and that's the only leverage you have, because when you become of age, it will catch up with you, and that is the reality. We need to stress that enough so that when kids, high school, you are in secondary school, finish that. Your living cert is your first certificate. Get it. And then from there, you're moving on to achieve your potential.
Yeah.